Wow.
Okay, thumbs up.
Wow.
And project by project two. And some of the other viewer, the Kaoru Ishikawa, son of the founder of Juice, promoted widespread use of basic soup. Ishikawa.
你喜欢你来的
Ishikawa diagram, there's also known as the fishbone diagram. Or somebody called it the closest cut diagram. And Arman 5, the Fagan ball. This is also the T2C, total quality control promote overall organization involving quality like the T2N. 对吧？对吧？这样一下。这整个没人理他，同学们有之间的感情，就跟他睡。And a three-step approach emphasizes quality leadership, quality technology, organization connection to the mission, and lesser cost and false profit. So T2M, this is at the outset of the 1980, on page 23. Page 23. Starting early 80s, then Jurong philosophy as a focal point and emphasize widespread training, quality awareness. So, 圣诞树，你不要一直讲话，你在讲什么？
哦，不好意思。
你一直讲什么？那你告诉我那个。
啊，没有，我刚才只是没有，我刚才什么都没讲。
Then training often turns over to human resource functions. So that is always focus on the on-site training is necessary. Yeah, like we have a DMAIC with 6 Sigma, we have a 4AD, then we're going to have an on-site training about deep learning, machine learning, or artificial intelligence. So how to define the project, how to define the pinpoint, then what is objective, what is the OKR. So now we don't talk about KPI. Actually, it is outdated KPI. It's no longer valid for most of the projects. We focus on the OKR, objective key results. So sometimes the KPI doesn't necessarily reflect the essence of the project and the objective of the project. The OKR, is quite up to date. There's not enough emphasis on quality control improvement to a full follow-up. So going to follow up to and know project to project implementation strategy. Figure it's a logically successfully in Japan, especially in Taiwan. Why Taiwan has done a great job in TQM? Because Taiwan used to colonized by Japan in the 90 before World War II, over 50 years. That's why there's some spirit and big influence from Japan. Right? However, Japan has been influenced by the Tang Dynasty. Most of the culture, most of the character, most of the architecture, and the living style borrow from Tang Dynasty. So TQM is just another program. So consider the value re-engineering. We like to say the re-engineering. Re-engineering. So how you redefine what the real value is? Like, for example, so you want to develop a platform for the reservation and the order of the old cafeteria or the buffet or barbecue or other restaurant. Do you really need to run your own restaurant? Maybe not. We just run it through the platform, right? So you redefine the value. So or you want to redefine what kind of the bubble tea you're going to sell, or you just in the resort hotel, and you run a workshop and teach the people how to make a good bubble tea or how to make a good coffee. That's going to redesign and redefine the value you're going to deliver. So there's a value re-engineer. The re-engineer. So zero defect. This is the ultimate goal we try to achieve. Even though we run the Six Sigma, the defect still less than or equal to 3.4 ppm. Per million, that means 3.4. Every 1 million opportunity, the defect rate is less than 3.4. That is the specification and the goal we try to achieve for achieving Six Sigma. A guy from researcher from the computer science, do you feel comfortable now? Really? So you need to join the group. You need to have a more get along with those guys. Do you play ball together? No. Do you play ball? Basketball? Do you play video game? Yes, I think you did. You play with them. Yeah, of course. Everybody play video game, including myself. Actually, I don't know how to play. Quality is free. Why we call quality is free? Why quality is free, gentlemen? The smoking?
You know, it's 小蒙牛。
小蒙牛。Okay, why quality is free? That means if you get the thing done right at the first time, like president, no, not like a mayor could, right? Always do the right thing, do the thing right. Actually, he borrowed the term from industrial engineering. We talked about this that like 60 years ago, even though the maker wasn't born yet. So this is do the thing right or do the right thing. Do the thing right at the first time. So quality is free. So recipe for effectiveness and might be disaster. Okay, there's a quality system and safety. ISO. Okay, page 25. So this is international standards organization founded in 46 in Geneva, Switzerland. It's known as ISO, International Standards Organization. Develop a series of standards for quality systems. So this is widely utilized nowadays. And the current version of standard known as the ISO 9000 series. This is a generic standard, broadly applicable to any kind of organization or enterprises or any. So you can see the production, the delivery series, or logistics. Then, so often used to demonstrate a surprisability or capability control is a process of the quality assurance. Then this, the three standard of ISO 3000 as follow. The ISO now 9000. This is a year 2000 quality management system fundamental. Define what is a vocabulary, what is a term should be used. And the 9001. This is for the management perspective. How you just control what kind of document, how can you document the specification, how can you document the change, how do you document all the procedures. And the 9004 is a quality management system, the guideline for performance improvement, like a QIT, the quality improvement team. So first of all, 9000 fundamental vocabulary, 9001 for the requirement, like a design, how you design the process, and then not 9004 for the guideline for the quality improvement or performance improvement. Okay, then there's a note. ISO certification process focus heavily on quality assurance. So you're going to do it by the book. Whatever you document your procedure in the ISO, that's the way how you get the production done. No exception. So whenever there's a third-party audit, we're going to check the documentation. If you really follow the documentation in ISO to perform production, to perform inspection, to perform any check for the manufacturing service or logistic procedure. So without sufficient weight given to quality planning and the quality control and improvement. First, so most of the emphasis we put on the quality assurance. So Malcolm Borridge, since the American system is going to skip us, since we no longer trust American anymore. So there's no need to mention. So Malcolm Borridge, the national okay, move to the sixth section. So I guarantee you, in the following 10 years, America may not be the strongest country in the world. May not be. May not necessary to be so. Yeah. Use of statistics and other analytical tools has grown steadily for over 80 years. Statistics. So this stuff, I used to use that to coach the manufacturing firm in Taiwan. Especially, I coach AUO. Do you know what AUO is? AUO? 有答 AUO, right? So I coach several manufacturing firms, including the semiconductor manufacturing and the panel manufacturing. So strategic quality control origin 20 explosive growth during the World War II, especially up to 1950, and the operations research 40. So last year you just have a course, right? We have 2 courses on OR, teach how to get the begin, the 2-phase synchronous. Do you? Do you? Yes. And how to calculate the transformation. No, there's a transportation problem. How to solve assignment problem. Did you? OR 都没有教吗？
有啊，
Okay. What else did you learn from OR, gentlemen? 手机收起来。Yeah. What else do you learn from OR courses? Transportation? What? What? What is it? The muscle memory? Oh, okay, branch and mouth. And then? No? How about you? No? I. What did you learn from OR courses? Resource. What kind of method do you use? 资源分配 resource management? Okay. Linear programming, dynamic programming. Did you? Dynamic programming and stochastic model. Did you? No. Okay, sure. Then FDA, EPA. So in 70 Federal Drug Association (TQM) movement, a re-engineering. This is called BPM.
不知道，我帮你讲说什么。
Can you go to the Google check
不行，
what is the real name of the FDA and the EPA now?
哎，这个算了。
The re-engineering
Who's call? Who's call? 这个帮你看是谁打的吧？还是叫 Who's call？
EPA,
我也是查的。啊，效果。问小组。
and the BCP.
应该是吧。
The business continuity plan. So there's a jeopardy. Of quite, or this is some catastrophic event occurred. How can you make the enterprise sustainable? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's the Federal Drug Association, FDA.
Food.
Oh, food. The food.
And
D. What is D for?
drug.
Drugs. Drug. Association, right? Or agency. Association. Agency or
Administration.
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 Administration. Okay, something like that.
Administration.
So 6 Sigma origin Motorola 87 expanded to impact. during 1990s. Yeah, that's time to present. No, not present. Now we just move into the era of the AI. So DMAP is still used, however, this is no further expansion. So focus on Six Sigma on process improvement with an emphasis on achieving significant business impact. So let me say something very quickly. A process and organization sequence of the activity that produces an output. So this is sequence. So going to have inspection. So incoming inspection, the in-process inspection, the outgoing inspection. So why we do that? So all the production activity that is done with a purpose to add value to the organization. So all work is performed in the interconnected process. So easy to see in some situations. So let me see how can we how the Six Sigma works. Okay, let me show you this. So there's a homework for today. Page 28.
功课28页，28页，功课
没有。我讲一条音乐东西的你有。就是你有。
Like this. There's going to be, sorry, how many students? Okay. So every 2 person as a group to submit your homework for today. To be assigned today. So you find a partner to do the homework assigned today. Only for the first homework. Then submit, they're going to be due next week. So going to submit your printout using the Excel to calculate the number I assigned today. So if specification limit, upper specification limit, lower specification limit, target. 1 standard, 2 standard deviation, 3 standard deviation. 1, 2, 3. So this is the upper specification limit. And this is lower specification limit. So there's a distribution, look like this, right? So if there's a product, we take the measurement, that value or measurement fall beyond the upper specification limit or fall below lower specification limit, then that will be considered defective. This and the here is considered as the process flaw. Consider process flaw or defective or non-conforming. Right? Then, if this is center, like mu equal to target, our population mean exactly on the target. in between. In between, what is the area under the shaded? What is the probability under the shaded area? If we just extend the center to the 3 standard deviation to the right and to the left, folks, what is the probability under the shaded area? How much for that? How much for that? Right? 9973. That's equal to so here's the plus 3 sigma, which corresponding to 99.73, right? If there's a mu plus or minus 1, 2 sigma, it's about 94, right? Am I right? Yes. The 2 sigma, 95.45. And 1 sigma is a 68. 68.20. The percentage inside the specification. This is step upper. This is step lower. The within the spec, this is a 68.27. So please calculate those numbers by Excel. There's a function. When you just pop the Excel, there's a function. There's a nail thumb on the top. There's a nail thumb on the top in the row, the menu, in the row of the menu. You use a function to calculate those numbers, and then show the number in the spreadsheet and print it out. This is a question of the homework. So you need to print out those numbers. If I can draw the picture, that would be better. Okay, at least print out the number. So you have the answer already. So if you can also plot the figure, that would be the best. Right? Second, so move to the Six Sigma paradigm. Yeah, can I wipe it out? Can I? Can I? Okay. So I'm gonna wipe it out. So Six Sigma is a little bit different. A little bit different from U-Spec. What is your impression about Six Sigma? What is your impression about Six Sigma? What is Six Sigma? Do you what kind of what kind of Six Sigma do you know? No idea. And miss job. 女性造吧? Okay. Yeah, my memory is very good, especially for a beautiful woman. Six Sigma? No? How about you? Hey guys, you both are twins, right? Look very alike. Very beauty as well. Yes. Yeah, from the bottom of my heart. Okay. That.
这边嘛，两边都是，然后 它代表
Yeah, let me say this is
应该用
we also assume, oh no, this target not exactly, may not be exactly equal to the mean. The mean could be shifted. The mean can be shifted. Plus or minus 1.56. Either way, you can shift it to the right or shift to the left to 1.5 standard deviation. And we still have a fixed upper specification. Still have fixed upper specification limit and the lower specification limit. That we just put one right here. This two lines are fixed. Why? Who defined the specification limit? Who defined that? Who defined the specification limit? Mr. Yellow? Who defined that? Who gives the specification limit? RD should be R&D staff or somebody else? Customer, right? Yeah, of course, customer define what kind of spec you're going to produce. And then, not engineering going to make that happen. Since according to the spec from the customer, we wish they produce a bottle like this. There's a spec. We need to follow. So if you cannot, they're going to be rejected, or reclaim, or revoked. So, what is the Six Sigma mean? Originally, we have a 3 Sigma that's going to cover 99.73, right? What is the Six Sigma? Based upon the same specification, we don't change it. We cannot. Since the customer never compromise, never. We wanted to produce as good as possible, they never compromise. That means the upper and the lower specification going to be fixed. No change at all. Then, we're going to instill the Six Sigma into this. How can we do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, distribution going to be like this. Okay. So to the half length target to the upper spec going to cover 6 sigma. To the left also covers 6 sigma as well. Right? If we only apply the 3 sigma principle, what is going to happen? 1, 2, 3. So standard deviation enlarged. 1, 2, 3. Distribution going to be like this. Am I correct? By contrast, what kind of change do we observe? This is the 3 sigma. If we cut in half, 6 distribution going to be like this. What is the difference? Which distribution perform better? The blue one, right? Why? Why? The Christmas tree. Why? Why the blue one is better? Gentlemen? Gentlemen? Why? Lady? What do you think? No, the both are targeted. Both are targeted. What do you think, gentlemen? Why blue one perform better than the black one? Hello? And then, how about you? What do you think? Yeah, compact. Distribution is compact. So that means the less standard deviation, less variance. So in the first class we ever mentioned, what do we mention? We have a less variability, less variance, we have a higher quality, right? Done. Okay, then we also allow, in 6 sigma, we allow 1.5 standard deviation, 1.5 standard deviation shift. If the distribution shift from the blue one to the red one, okay, this area going to be less than or equal to 3.5 per minute. Okay, so also calculate this probability for me. So there's the two exercises you need to perform. First one, +1, +2, or +3 or -3 standard deviation. So what is the probability covered by the upper spec and lower spec? Then, if we just change, if we transform, 不要一直照用手抄啦，那么懒惰干什么？那你不会坐前面一点啊？来坐这。Okay. Then, so if we just change into the paradigm of the 6 sigma, then we also allow 1.5 mean shift. It won't matter if shift to the right or shift to the left, either way. Then the probability, the indicate by the shaded area in red, going to be less than or equal to 3.4 per 1 million opportunities. So we need this number and the previous one. So you just use the spreadsheet, do the calculation, and print out. And add the cover page to indicate your name, your student number, okay, and your class, and your name. Okay. Submit. There's going to be 1 week due from today. Submit next week. So there's going to be a group homework by 2 persons. A group of the 2 persons. Question? Any question? No light homework is going to be accepted. No light homework. If you submit it late, you will get 0. Okay. find a partner? You better be. Okay, this is simple. There's a sound calculation. Okay, why the 6 sigma is important? Is there any question for this so far? 没问题。Any question? Any question? No? Question?
老师，你可以中文再说一次作业要做什么？
好，好，可以。第一题是不是就是对不起 ，I'm sorry， 正负1、正负2、正负3标准差要算出那个区域的那个几率嘛，是不是？那第二题是要什么？来，
第二题算这个
说话，说人话。
第二题就是算下面，就是如果便宜1.5个这个嘛，
当我们的规格上界、规格下界分别距离中心点6倍标准差，而且我的中心点可偏移向右或向左各1.5倍的标准差。这个时候的 process fallout 就是超出规格界限的几率，算出来一定会是小于或等于3.4，每100万3.4个，对吧？是不是这样？是吗？
确定吗？
这样清楚了吗，班长？可以吗？那个资工系的同学可以吗？你要找一个朋友啊，这边很多女生可以选。So we have a break. We have a break. 那个很多，要不然我帮你介绍。Okay, we have a break. 你们要帮助他，好不好？我们要帮助他